Hello everyone, this is Max, and today we are going to see the things that you should be doing when going on a date to maximize your chances with the girls. Now the first thing I want to talk about is holding the pressure. Holding the pressure is when you have these moments where you want to say something and there is a blank, a silence in the conversation, and you feel like you have to do something, you feel like you have to say something. Well, it's a little bit uncomfortable, and she will feel the exact same. Now, you want to prove her that you're solid, that you're a rock, that you don't stumble under the pressure. Now, by holding that, you will have her invest in you. By creating this void, she will want to feel it, under the condition that you don't feel it first. And that's a really useful tool that you can use. Create some blanks for her to feel. And that's very useful as well because it will create some of this sexual tension. It will basically show her that she has to work a little bit for you. When there is a blank, when there is a silence in the conversation, you feel inside of you that you have to do something about it. Most of the time, that's a mistake. You don't always have to be doing something for the girl to like you. Most of the time, I would even say that you just have to do nothing for her to like you. And it's actually going to be to your detriment if you try to do something when you should not be doing anything. For example, there is a blank in the conversation, there is a long silence, and you feel inside you that you should be doing something or the girl will lose all of her interest. That's definitely wrong. Because if you don't do anything, what she will see instead is that you're able to handle this pressure. And she will feel the pressure as well. She will feel the pressure as well if there is a silence in the conversation. What you should be looking for is for her to feel this pressure, and while you remain there saying nothing, she will feel the pressure and she will feel that she has to say something to invest in you. Now, as we just did, we are going to talk about bouncing locations. Why is it so important? Well, it's a simple psychological trick that when you meet someone, you will feel more comfortable with this person if you see this person in different and varied environments. Now, why is it important? Well, let's take an example. You're going to meet this person and you don't know her yet. She doesn't know you yet. You want her to feel comfortable fast with you. What you can do is spend 5 hours in a bar, have a nice time. Sure, it's gonna be great. But what you could also be doing is spend 5 hours and bounce locations. For example, the first hours you're getting a coffee. The second hour you're playing bowling. At the end of the bowling game, you're gonna have a beer together. And maybe, because now she's used to you moving her around, at the end of the date, you can invite her back to your place. And see, it's all about making her comfortable moving around with you. It's all about having her being comfortable, being led by you. She will get used to you leading her around. And what you can do at the end of the date, well, you can invite her to your house and she will be way more comfortable about saying yes to this, because so far you have been leading her around and so far she had a great time. So now it will be way easier to bring her back to your place. Now, the next thing we are going to talk about is the concept of seeding the pool. What does that mean? Well, quick definition. It's when you are going to put in her mind the seed of the idea of you guys both going back to your place. And then you change the topic. Then at the end of the date, you come back on this idea again, and she will be way more receptive to the idea of going back to your place. Now, an example. You're in a bar, you're having fun, drinking some champagne, drinking beer, drinking nice sex on the beach. And then what happens? You will tell her, oh, by the way, we are talking about rock and roll. I have actually in my room this huge, amazing poster of this amazing rock band. You definitely have to check it out. And there it's very important to hype it a lot. And then you change the topic. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, you like flowers, you like movies, you like whatever. Then at the end of the date, when you're done drinking, it will be way easier to just say, oh well, let's go back, let's check this poster I told you about. It's amazing, you're going to love it because this, and it's gonna be great. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is making moves. And I was on Reddit last week, and that's very funny because I saw the post of this guy, and he was like, well, I like this girl and I know she likes me, so we went on a date and nothing happened, so IDK lol. And I'm reading this and I think it's very fun because then some people ask him, did you try something? Did you try to kiss her? And the guy is like, no, I don't know. There was no good time for this. And here's the thing, if you go on a date, there won't be any good time to do anything. It's not a movie. It's not a movie, bro. This is real life. What you have to do is to make the move yourself. You have to make the move happen. And there won't ever be a good time. Now, what you can do is to take every chance that you have to be physical. That's very important. Being physical is key. When you sit next to her instead of sitting on the other side. When you talk to her, you can touch her hands. There is no rule for this, but any reason that you get to be physical is the good time to be physical. You have to get a feel of what you can do and what you cannot do. But to begin with, there is a simple rule you can follow. If you think that you should be doing something, do something. There is no perfect moment to be doing something. So make moves, be physical. When you are next to her, take every chance that you get to be touching her. Instead of sitting in front of her, sit next to her. If you want to show her something, take her by the hand and pull her away. Lead her physically. Okay, great. I hope those tips will be useful to you guys so you can get better results with the girls on your first dates.
You should have learned how to bake. Yes, I want it all, so I get it all. I wanna eat the whole cake. I'm not sharing, I'm not sharing. You should have learned bitches love cake.